What's up, guys? Rick from DFS On Demand here with a betting preview for the Sanderson Farms Championship. Now, keep in mind, this is not the DFS preview. This is not a long-winded type of video. It's just going to be a couple of quick picks for my betting slip for this week. If you want to go watch the DFS preview where I deep dive a lot more of these golfers and the statistics, I will link that right here. And if you want to watch me spend 48 out of 60 minutes on an hour-long show breaking down the entire betting slip for this tournament, you can certainly do that. It's going to air on the Sports Grid channel Tuesday night from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find it on sportsgrid.com, the Zumo app, which is how I watch it on my TV. So go check that out, or I will tweet out the link for the on-demand version after it airs. So for this week, I just want to go through a couple of the more interesting plays and the guys that are actually going to be getting some investment from me. I'm starting near the top of the board. I've kind of gone back and forth on Brandt Snedeker. I've kind of gone back and forth on Sung Jae Im. I've held off on those. I'm going to wait to see where the week goes. And I've started with Corey Connors at 28 to 1. Corey is historically elite tee to green. Only second in this field to Benny On. We saw him really put it together towards the end of last year with a 26th place finish at the Tour Championship. Remember, that's with the staggered start. The 7th place finish at the BMW, a 21st at the Northern Trust, and a 22nd at the Wyndham Championship. So a really nice run. Final 4 tournaments down the stretch. He can make a lot of birdies. Certainly putting is going to be Corey Connors' problem, but we have seen him win on the PGA Tour within the last year. Raised the trophy at the, the Valero Texas Open last year. So we've seen it. And a 2nd place finish last year at the Sanderson Farms probably brings back some good vibes for Mr. Corey Connors. So he is going to be where I'll start my betting slip. And then I want to start talking about some of these longer shots because I really think they're most appealing. But I think that we're going to have to invest in them on kind of a top 5, top 10, top 20 basis. So let me start with DJ Trahan, who is 200 to 1 to win the golf tournament. And he's actually won this event, which is something I mentioned on the DFS show. It wasn't at the same course. It was called the Viking Classic, but it was 2016 DJ Trahan won this event. But even at the Country Club of Jackson, he's had decent success in the last 4 years. He's missed the cut twice, obviously not good, but he's bookended that with a 7th place finish last year and a 10th place finish 4 years ago. So 2 top 10s in his last 4 starts. Played himself onto the PGA Tour at the end of the Korn Ferry playoffs there. A 36th place finish last week in which he gained strokes both off the tee and on approach. Really interesting situation where he has some good course history. He's playing well at the moment. I'd like to invest in him maybe in that top 5, top 10, top 20 market, not necessarily for him to win outright. And then I think you all know where I might be going with the next one. It's Hank Lebioda at 160 to 1, who the math doesn't add up on. I will be the sucker, and I'll probably go back to him again this week. He just played beautifully tee to green last week and lost some of the worst or most strokes putting that he ever has in his young career. So I'm really hoping for a bounce back week for Lebioda. Again, I'll try to be early on that. He finished 6th in strokes gained tee to green last week and 152nd on the greens. It was really disastrous. So I don't think that is the type of situation that's going to continue. You know what I mean? If he gets just back to his normal putting, his baseline for his career, he basically picks up 3.5 strokes immediately. So really interested to see how Lebioda reacts to a couple of historically bad rounds for him putting and see if he can bounce back again this week. And then finally, I'm going to leave you with a future. This is one I tweeted out about, but I saw it and it really perked up my ears. There are some books out there that are offering odds on who is going to be the official money leader at the end of this season. And of course, Brooks and Rory are head and shoulders the favorites. They're like plus 225 and plus 250, so 2.5 to 1 basically. Then it jumps to DJ and Justin Thomas at 11 to 1. John Rahm kind of in that mix too. I'm not really willing to put my money down here in September and find out if I win next August and give a book, an 11-month loan. I'm not necessarily in that business, but if I were, I'd be really interested in betting Justin Thomas at 11-1. He has won the money title 2 of the last 3 years. So Brooks won it last year because Rory's bonuses do not count. Right? The Tour Championship bonuses do not count for the official money, so Brooks won it last year. However, the 2 previous years were both Justin Thomas years. He went out, I think he had 3 wins 2 years ago, 5 wins the year before. Played pretty well this season considering he had that wrist injury that not only sidelined him for a while, but it also, you could tell it was lingering when he came back. His putting was so bad, but he started to gear up down the stretch, ended up winning the BMW Championship. So Justin Thomas, certainly capable of winning majors, winning big events, which is what vaults you up that official money list for the year. I certainly think he wins it more than 1 out of 12 times or so. So if I was willing to lay 11 months of a loan, I would be on Justin Thomas. So I wanted to throw that out to you because I think it's worth an interesting discussion. All right, that's it. Quick picks for this week. Try to keep these short because I've done plenty of betting content this week that I will link you to on Twitter. Let me know who you think is going to be the official money leader at the end of the 2019-20 season. Tweet me. It's at RickRunGood or leave a comment below. Talk to you guys soon. Good luck.